Thanks for clicking on the video. My name's Tom Alsop, and today I'm going to help you to hit cleaner and more consistent ground strokes. So I think there's a lot of skills that obviously go into hitting a cleaner and more consistent ball. And I spoke about some of this stuff in a previous video that's probably my favorite video actually. And some of the stuff I spoke about is the anticipation. Obviously you can't be any better at hitting the ball than you are at receiving the ball. Also, decision making comes into this, plays a massive role, but no one really wants to hear me talk about decision making, right? So we're going to today talk about footwork, but don't run away. This is not about doing suicides. It's about being able to make adjustments, because for me, tennis is the most complex open skill sport, meaning that every shot's different. We've got so many different shots that you have to play on different surfaces against different opponents, and every shot's a little bit different, and you need to be able to adjust mentally and physically to deal with all these different shots. If we look at close skill sports like golf, and I play golf and I find it equally as challenging as I do tennis, but golf is a close skill sport, and there's a couple of reasons for that. One is you don't have to make quick decisions. You have time to plan your move, to plan your shot, plan how you're going to play it. And also when you're hitting, it's all about staying balanced, right, and not moving about. So a lot of people kind of approach hitting shots like golf, where you're hitting this ball and you're trying to stay balanced. We don't want to be stationary when we're hitting a tennis ball. We have to keep moving, and balance is going to be very different to something like golf. Now I'm going to use this as an example. If I try to balance this racket, keep it upright, I have to move. That was a kind of a fail right there. I have to move with it, right, to keep it up. So this is the kind of balance that I'm talking about when we're playing tennis. Stick with me. I'll start making sense in a minute. So as we're hitting here, it's not about coming back to center this way, it's about moving with it, right? And once you can start listening to your body and making these adjustments, you're going to be way more consistent and hit a cleaner ball. So personally, I don't really like the physical nature of tennis. I don't like running around all crazy. Obviously, I didn't get this fat by loving running around on a tennis court. But what I do enjoy is sort of the dance moves. Being able to hit a shot and move in as I hit and feeling like everything's coordinated and everything's kind of flowing with the shot, and no matter what shot is hit my way, I can make adjustments with my body to hit a clean ball. It's like dancing. And what you don't want to do is learn rigid dance moves that work for one song that come on, whatever the latest dance move is. You want to learn how to move your body so that no matter what song comes on the radio, you can dance to it. So the first thing to understand is, again, once we're hitting a shot, we're always moving, and you always need your non-hitting leg. That sounds stupid. All right, so the first thing we've got to do is allow ourselves to move gracefully and not be stuck in one spot. And the best way to do that is to understand which leg you're playing off. So you should be either on your right leg playing open stance or close stance off your left leg. You shouldn't be on both legs equally, right? So once you've figured out which leg you're playing off, you have to allow the other leg to naturally move. So, for example, if I'm playing off my right leg here, and the ball's, I set up for the shot and it's a little bit far away, I can then just allow my other leg to move and allow me to make a mid-shot adjustment. So my weight is going towards the ball and my feet just allow me to move smoothly and remain balanced. If I was to play a close stance shot, so playing off my left leg, again, my body's going to want to do different things. My feet have to allow it to happen. So if I'm stepping in, the ball's in the right place, I release my right leg, maybe I don't have to move that much because, I'm not falling in any direction, I'm not out of position, my weight's not taking me in a certain direction, I'm pretty stationary. But I still want to release it so that I can make an adjustment and allow my body to rotate or do what it needs to do. If the ball's a little further away, maybe it's slightly to the side, usually close stance, the ball's in front of you. I'm just gonna hit and allow this right leg to swing around and allow me to keep balance. That is very different than this though, right? There's nothing special about that leg swinging around. It just happens so you don't land on your face, right? So you can make an adjustment and stay balanced. If the ball is coming down the middle and I need to create a little space, this back leg might come behind. All right, so you have to listen to your body and have your feet help you to almost catch your balance. So think about the direction your weight is taking you, where the momentum is. So if we're coming back this way, there's a deep ball, I might move back, play off my right leg. Well, what does my feet need to do to allow me to hit this shot well? If I stay still, hard to rotate. If I move this way, oh, feel a bit jammed. So, okay, well, my body wants this to happen. Wants me to rotate backwards. However, if the ball is deep, I'm moving to the right, backwards a little bit, happens a lot obviously, and I do the same move, I'm struggling, I'm off balance. The faster I do that, the more out of control my body's gonna be. So then what do? Gotta listen to my body. How can I move this way and stay balanced? Well, my left leg can cross in front of my right leg. All right, that's gonna allow me to be balanced. I could also do right to right. That's gonna allow me to be balanced. So you just gotta listen to your body. And the best way to figure out these footwork patterns is to obviously focus on staying balanced, but think about your recovery. You want the end of your shot to be the beginning of your recovery. So let's say we've got a wide ball. I'm gonna play this first one close stance, even though I don't really think close stance shots are that great most of the time from a wide ball. It's okay if it's low and in front of you. But we're gonna play this one close stance. So if I go off my left leg, what's the fastest way for me to recover that way? Well, I've got to get this right leg around and recover. There's details about this. So for example, I might go here, spin around. I want to drop this left leg in because it allows me to be faster recovering back. But for the most part, just think about left leg, this right leg's going to come and you're going to be efficient in your recovery. If we're playing an open stance, which you probably should do most of the time from here, there's quite a few options. But again, think about the right move to get back here as quickly as possible. Now, if you go right foot to right foot, that can be fast, but if you're going too quick, it could easily end up in this position where you're tippling over and you become a little bit slower to recover. Plus, it's a little bit more of a dynamic move. You'll see the pros do it, but sometimes, you know, because I'm getting old, I'll probably play this shot most of the time staying a little bit more grounded. So I'll go right, left, right, and then try and recover. Make sense? So if you try and think about, once you finish the shot, being in this position on this leg, ready to push back, it's going to clean up your entire shot. You're going to make better adjustments as you swing it at the ball, and obviously you're just going to be faster to get back into position. Now I want you to think about this, not just for wide balls where obviously you're trying to recover fast, it's kind of a natural thing to want to do. Even if you're in this position and you don't really have to, you know, recover, still think about recovering back to wherever you want to get to, whether that's here or if you've gone to the backhand, maybe it's a little bit cross court or whatever it is. Still think about it, because it's going to help you to do the footwork pattern better and to allow you to use your body in the right way. So even if I'm stepping forward and I have this shot and I'm not out of position, still think, all right, how can I get back here? All right, or how can I get back into this position? How can I come this way and get back? Again, it's all going to tie together. You're going to start being able to make way better adjustments and be a lot faster to get around the court. So before I take a look at some forehands that are this side of the court, which is pretty common, right? Just sliding this way and hitting a forehand. I'm going to talk about how to use your feet. I just want to ask people out there to do me a favor. I keep getting messages that the bell notification doesn't work on my channel. I don't know if that's because it was set to kids a while back or something like that. But if you could just, tell me in the comment section if the subscribe and the notification thing is working, that would really help. All right, let's get back to the video. So if I have a ball that's slightly on my backhand side and I'm going to run around it, I might end up being on my left leg because, let's put it this way, if I have time, I might get around it and still be able to play open and get on my right leg. If I'm slightly slow, I should feel my weight on this leg. Now I got a few options because, again, I got to recover. One of them is to go behind, right? So I can play off my left leg, allow my foot to go behind, left leg comes back, I can push back into position. The other one may be left to left. Again, it's going to be efficient. I can make the end of my stroke the beginning of my recovery. Let's think about this one. It's going to throw me off balance, right? So you got to listen to your body and understand how if you move your feet like this, my weight's going in the wrong direction. I'm not going to be able to hit this ball cross court very easily. So slow down a little bit out there and feel what's going on, because your body will give you some great feedback. If you're going too fast and you're just trying to smack the hell out of it, it's going to be hard to figure out how to flow and how to have those kind of dance moves work with you. So obviously I'm focusing a lot on the forehand here, but it's the same thing for the backhand. It can vary a little bit if you have a two-handed backhand or a one-handed backhand, because the one, you're going to be a lot more sideways, and two, obviously your left arm's coming with you instead of going back this way. So how you use your body may be slightly different to allow your top half to do what it wants to do. But if you doing some shots like just stepping forward into this ball here, again, this back leg is free to move this way, it's free to move this way, and think about, again, recovering back to where you want to get to. Now, if we've got a deep backhand here, what I like to do is play open stance on this, because if you get here, it's very difficult to rotate your body and you can kind of get a little bit jammed. So just one example on the backhand side. And this example is going to, again, allow you to discover what the best movements are for yourself. If we get into this position to get behind the ball, and most of the time we're going to want to go cross court with this shot, right? So if I move my body in the right way and I think about what I'm trying to do with my two-handed backhand to rotate my shoulders, then I need to, again, release my right leg, and that's going to allow me to rotate my shoulders. I mean, I could really go crazy with this, and look how much rotation I get instead of this kind of move. Think about throwing a medicine ball. Step into this position, and if you really want to throw a medicine ball far from back here, stepping backwards, you're going to have to rotate your shoulders, and your feet are going to have to just move a little bit, so left, right, left, just to allow you to rotate. Now you could go left to left and get back. That's a decent move, right? And you can kind of tell it's the right move because I look like, I don't have two left feet. But, just, again, listen to your body and understand what your legs need to do to allow your top half to be free enough to swing, especially from these difficult positions. All right, guys, so I'm going to leave you with two videos that I recommend you watch next. But again, before you go, in the description below, there's a couple of free videos, and one is on the footwork. One are on footwork and movement patterns. The other one's on the kick serve, so some of you might like that. But go check those out. They're free. And thanks for watching and supporting my channel. Talk to you later.